Welcome back everyone, thank you for tuning in to a brand new video review. And today I am reviewing the brand new Premier Guild gift from General Giant for 2015, the Commander Faie Deluxe Mini Bust. And I know some might be thinking, well, we're in 2016 now. Well, you order the Premier Guild gifts in 2015, you get all your coupons through General Giant, and then usually they are delivered the end of that given year, which would have been 2015, or quarter one of the following year, which, you know, we are still in quarter one. And I just got this delivered on Friday and I'm super happy about it. I've already opened it up and taken a look, and it is an absolutely beautiful piece. I was actually not too aware of Commander Faie, as were a lot of Star Wars fans or General Giant collectors, but he is one who I believe he appeared in a few Dark Horse comic issues, and I want to say he was in some concept designs for episode 3, which is his primary on-screen location, if you want to say, but there aren't any actual footage of him. So the only references we really have are the comic and online images. So as you do see as well, he does have like the cloak or the hood and cape on, or the robe I should say, and the helmet is pretty different from the Phase 2 clone trooper that we are used to. And upon doing research, I found out this was actually the Phase 3 clone trooper that was, I guess, supposed to be in the works until, you know, Order 66 came in, the Empire took over, and stormtroopers were the new army of the Empire. So this is actually our only really look at the Phase 3 clone trooper armor, but nonetheless it still looks like the Phase 2. You can pretty much tell which one it is, but it's a beautiful piece and I absolutely love it. So let's take a look at this piece right now. So as usual, we get the normal box from General Giant. It says 2015 Premier Guild gift at the top. We have a little blurb that says includes interchangeable alternate heads, and that's really the extra accessories that come with it. We have a head without the hood on. At the bottom we have the Star Wars logo with Commander Faie Deluxe Mini Bust, and I actually found out Commander Faie was named after I guess a person working on Star Wars whose last name was spelled Faye, I believe, or Fay, but they changed it for this character. Turning it here, we do see the unhooded head or helmet, and as you can tell, it does look like a little bit like a clone trooper helmet, but also, you know, has some stormtrooper influence. Also maybe has that clone pilot helmet influence. So it's a really cool design. And on the back we do have a full figure image of him. It is a drawing, so it's not like a 6-scale figure, though it would be cool if Sideshow would come out with it. I also found out doing my research that Hasbro has a few action figures of this guy, so, you know, he might be well known, or at least somewhat known with the younger collectors or younger kids, you know, who collect the action figures. And at the top we do have the Revenge of the Sith logo, and if you want to pause it right there to take a read, you can do that now. And then on this side we have the hooded version at a different angle. So let's take this guy out of the box and have a closer look at the mini bust. So here we have Commander Faie out of his packaging, and he is an absolutely beautiful piece. He's instantly one of my favorite pieces in my collection. I'm a big clone trooper junkie. If you've seen my other reviews, or if you just happen to know me and have talked to me, I love all the variants of the clone troopers, all the different rankings, all different characters. I just love having all the different mini busts and statues and collectibles and artwork that depicts all the different clones, especially the commanders and captains like Captain Rex, Commander Cody, and now Commander Faie, because they all have their specializations on top of their own unique characteristics and features, which allow them to stand out from, let's say, just a regular commander. And of course, granted, because these are the characters that are in the movies or the main leads in different episodes of the Clone Wars and whatnot, they are going to stand out in different ways. But, you know, I kind of happy that happens, because I really do enjoy seeing what the creators of Star Wars and the artists can picture these clone troopers as. So as you can see, it does come with the separate head, and everything attaches. It comes into 3 or 4 pieces. Here is the blaster, and everything is magnetic, so we can put that guy back in there. And then this is the first head and the second head, and they are, you know, pretty much the same, just the hood is down on one or the other. And you can see here the hood does come back on, or come down on the back, so they didn't just like, you know, cut it off, so it's still there. And that's pretty cool. And this guy, when he plops right in, if I can get him, there we go. So he kind of, am I getting it right? There we go. So there we have him without the hood on, and I personally do like it with the hood. It just kind of, to me, has a better look to it overall. And let's get a closer look at the unhooded helmet right here. So as I said, you know, it is kind of that combination of a clone trooper, a stormtrooper, and then kind of a clone pilot, I want to say. But it's a really cool design. We have some grayish blue here on the stripes, or on the indents right here. It's a smooth cut on the helmet. We do have, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be, I don't think it's a paint issue or paint mishap. Let me take a look at the box real quick, see if we can see that on the image, but not sure what that's supposed to be. And yeah, it actually has it. It is on the box image as well, so I'm assuming that's just Commander Faie's logo or some kind of insignia he has on this helmet. And then everything else looks pretty cool. There's no, again, no paint issues. Never really have issues with General Giant. Everything is sculpted and designed beautifully. And you have the nice texture to the hood as well. It actually does seem like it is a cloak or piece of cloth on him. So that's pretty cool. We're not going to get just, you know, something as smooth as the helmet, because obviously they're not the same material in real life. And you do see that with the texture General Giant applies to the cloak as well. So let me put that aside and we can get a closer look at the rest of the mini bust. So like I said, this does come apart, and let me take this off to get a closer look at it as well. So it's all the same sculpt, and they just added the hood, and that's really cool. And that's one thing I really love about General Giant, is that they make it seem so realistic, as if, you know, it was like a Hot Toys or Sideshow piece where, you know, you have an actual piece of cloth that you can take on and off, and it has the wrinkles and the textures and the movable, posable features. So it actually does look like, you know, it is something real. It is a real piece of cloth, rather than just having everything smooth, perfectly aligned on the helmet. It makes it more realistic and has that realism feature to it. So that's a really cool aspect of it that I really enjoy, and we see in the rest of the piece as well. And then here is the blaster that he has, as we have seen in the use by the clones, with his hand right there. So we do have some weathered feature, or I think it's actually, yeah, part of his design too. It's kind of the brownish beige texture on it. So we have that stripe here. And I believe this is the same as the other clone trooper blasters that we have seen from General Giant as well. So that's pretty cool. This has to be my favorite blaster that clones use. Just seeing them, you know, charge and storm the battlefield with it is just pretty badass to me. Taking a look at the side right here, we do have what I believe is a holster or some cartridge on his arm up here. We do see all different designs that we're not too used to from regular clones. Of course, we do get the utility belt that we're used to, but over here, you know, we're not really used to seeing too much tech or gear on the arms, so that's pretty cool. Let me zoom in on that as well. So either maybe comm links, or there's different buttons and controls there. And then you have the armband around the forearm, or the bicep, I should say. And on this side we do have the added stripe, like I said, doesn't go all the way around. So that's pretty cool. And even though this was something actually I noticed right away, even though it is a pretty, I guess, monotone color, if you want to say, you know, it's pretty much just white and beige, it still stands out so much because of just the pose he's in, you know, after a battle, or just about to prepare for a battle with his blaster, looking out, and with his hood and the cloak and the robe all over. And it actually, you know, it droops over the base of the mini bust, which is another thing I love about General Giant. They add these features that, even though it's a, you know, 3D piece, they don't hold themselves to just the base of the mini bust. In this case, you know, they have things that droop over, that hang over, that, you know, the back of the cloak or the robe goes over, and it actually rests on the floor or whatever you're hosting the bust on. So it's a really cool design, really love it. And like I said, the robe on the back, it actually looks like it's moving or has that static feature to it. So that's pretty cool. And then we just have the utility belt with the brownish gray or brownish beige sandish color like the stripes as well. And then, as I was mentioning earlier on the helmet, you know, we do have the different texture for the robe. If you do slide your finger over the armor, let's say, versus the robe itself, the armor is very smooth, just like, you know, it would be with the hard plastic or the armor feature. And when you slide it over the robe, it does have that rough sandish texture as it would be a piece of cloth, or, you know, the cloak he's wearing. So that's really cool. I absolutely love this. It's instantly one of my favorite minibus, and if you are a PGM member, I really hope you ordered this. Of course, the other two pieces, the Scout Trooper and Darth Sidious, they look amazing as well. But if you're a clone junkie, I highly recommend this. It's a beautiful piece to add to the collection, and pretty unique because obviously it's a character that isn't that famous. It's more of an infamous character, so we don't have that many options to purchase him either. And then I forgot to mention as well, make sure nothing falls. This is a limited edition of 640, this one being 623. And as usual, we have the base, the bottom of the base saying General Giant Ltd, Star Wars, and no Disney logo. So I'm assuming, or I don't know, actually, interesting that some will be having the Disney logo, some won't, but you know, no big deal. So if you are a PGM member, make sure to check the stock if they have any left. I'm actually not sure if there are any of the other PGM gifts either. But if you're not, good luck trying to have this. Check out General Giant's website. I'll have all the links below, including the links to my blog and my pages. And General Giant will be announcing this year's PGM pieces in the coming week. So make sure you look out for that and place your order for a PGM membership. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the next video review.